Hey, I'm Dale from daledarley.com, and my question today is, how do you feel about sharing your words? So let me take you back in time. And when you think about this feeling, I want you to really think about where you feel it in your body, because that's a great telltale sign of what's going on. Does this happen? You like go, oh no, I don't want to do that. Many years ago, I'd written loads of PDF books on marketing. My background is corporate marketing. And I'd written lots of PDFs and stuff like that, and it was just dead easy. It's just an extension of my job. But then when I thought about, now I've got to get my stuff out into the world. And I found that massively uncomfortable. Who am I to do this? Who's going to listen to me? It didn't matter that I ran workshops and courses and got asked to speak on stage. I still thought, no, not going to do this. No way, Jose. So this is the first book I ever wrote, and this came out of a series of workshops that I ran. But before I actually published this, what I did is I went on to, and I can't remember the name of the site. So I'd written, through my Writing to Heal process, I'd written lots of little prosy things, little poems and things in the depth of my despair. And believe you me, they were the depths of my despair. And so I went on one of these websites where you could create a little hardback book. And I thought, well, if I do that, and the only person that sees it is me, and I put some pretty images and various bits and pieces in, I've published my book. I know it was a bit of a cheat, but that's what I had to do. So I got this book back, and I ordered a few, and then what I did is I sat and read some of my poems out to my friends, and when they went, oh, that's brilliant, I thought, so I gave them the rest of the book as a gift. Looking back now, I'm thinking, this is crazy. Like, why was I know why I was so scared. I know why I really had massive lack of confidence and lack of self-worth. But once I'd done that, I got over that hurdle, and I recognised why. I just thought, you know what? I'm just going to write my books, and I'm just going to put them out there, and people will either love them or hate them. And I've adopted that attitude ever since. Now, I've gone through, I know the process of getting a book together, and I've gone through that many times, and I've done it with all my clients. Every single client, no matter how absolutely brilliant they are, all suffer from this. People call it impostor syndrome. Who's going to read my book? And their words are amazing and whatever. So, it really is stepping into that feeling of how does it feel to share your words. So once I'd got that out, and loads of people bought it, it became a #1 bestseller, and I thought, oh, okay, people seem to like what I've written. So how do you feel about that? Now I'm going to fast forward you. So that was 2012 when that first came out. I'm going to fast forward you to this book, which is the latest book that I've written. And this is very, very different. This contains 2 very personal stories. So one is called Healing the Father Wound, and that's about some deep-seated anger that I had to deal with, anger and grief. And the other one is about sexual abuse and the resulting shame and guilt that I had. Let me tell you, although I've actually written my memoir, I've got to edit it, I have never, ever, I get people to write their books all the time, and I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. And this opportunity came up to lead a co-authored book, and I thought, do you know what, Dale? It's about time you walked your talk and got your stuff out. So how did I feel? Terrified. Utterly terrified that people were going to hear about stuff that had gone on in my life. But do you know what? Do you know what I feel like now? I've had such amazing reviews back from this book. Not just for me, but for the other authors. And now I'm no longer scared. And do you know what also happened? So come back into that. How do you feel about sharing your words? When you've done it and you've got it out there and you've got over that stuff, it's incredible. So here's what's going to happen. I'm going to finish 2 non-fiction books. Because of doing this, and that terrified the hell out of me because it's my story. I'm going to finish Write a Healing Memoir. I'm going to finish my memoir, and then I'm going to do something else that scares me. I'm going to write novels. I have been writing novels for years, and I get to 20,000 words and I go, who's going to want to read this? No, it's not good enough. And there's been a massive shift in how I feel about things. And yay, I'm going to do it. So you're all going to hold me accountable. But I want to know, it's not about me, I want to know how you feel about sharing your works. So if you're feeling stuck, go and ask for help. So I have an amazing therapist. She does something called EMDR, and she's helped me with a lot of my childhood wounds, and it's really helped me to build my confidence and get rid of that fear of stepping out now. Just remember, fear is actually excitement. So journal about how you feel about that. Now, I do have a group on Facebook called Soul Writers Lounge, so if you're feeling brave, come and talk to us in there about how you feel about writing your book. But get your journal out and really dive into those feelings. So I'm Dale. You can find me at daledarley.com. Subscribe, hit the button, and I'll see you next time.